Welcome, sweet friends, to the channel Frugal Money Saver. My name is Emmy. My husband is Paul. We are so happy you have joined us today. We are going to be talking about 8 things that Paul and I refuse to do as a frugal living couple. We're going to tell you what they are, and we're going to tell you what we do instead. We're also going to get into the kitchen and we're going to cook up a delicious vegetarian meal. And then we're going to also get outside and we're going to show you what's going on in our yard and is spring coming? What's going on up here in the Northeast? So sit back, relax. Again, we're so happy you are here. For those of you who are new here, we're an early retirement, debt and mortgage-free couple. And we do live in the state of New York where everything is very, very expensive. And the reason we are here is our family is here. Paul's parents, I have my brothers here. So, family is very, very important for us. And we're able to afford it, so we're here for now. What are some of the things that even though we are super frugal and we save money by living a frugal life, do we simply refuse to do? And we're going to go over 8 of them right now. The first one being, we never allow our frugal lifestyle to stop us from living life. Well, what do I mean? We are constantly having a great time doing free and low-cost activities. We have people over all the time for meals. We go to other people's homes for meals. We go down to the Hudson River and look for eagles. We garden, we read, Paul plays guitar. We don't ever say, because we live a frugal lifestyle, that we just sit complacently and do nothing. That is farthest from the truth. Being frugal in no way, shape, or form means not enjoying life to the absolute fullest. The second one is we try really hard not to judge others on the way they do or do not spend money. We are adamant about this. And let me tell you a true story because it's hard sometimes. We were in ShopRite and I heard a man talking on the phone to his wife and she was asking him to pick up ricotta cheese. Well, it's $8.99 a container. And of course, I'm listening, I'm not gonna lie. And I hear him say, Polly-O, okay, that's the one you want. So I very quietly said, which I shouldn't have because it's none of my business, but I said, the store brand is only $4.99. And he gave me the thumbs up like he heard me. I said it quietly. So he goes to grab the Polly-O. He comes over to me and he says, listen, my wife wants Polly-O. She will not use any other form of ricotta. And I said, oh, I totally understand that. He said, thank you, though. He said, if it was up to me, I would have bought that. He said, but she's the boss in the kitchen and she gets what she wants. And I totally respected that. But sometimes it's hard not to take our frugal ways, our frugal lifestyles, and kind of want to share it with others. But in doing that, we have to be very, very careful that Paul and I never, ever judge anyone else how they spend their money or what they do with their money. Number 3 is probably the easiest for Paul and I, and that is to never go into someone's home or see what they're driving and be envious of it. We just don't seem to have that issue. I know a lot of people do. They'll look at something you have and right away they have to have it too. We really walk to our own beat when it comes to that, but it is very, very important for us to not envy or covet what other people have, because then your frugal lifestyle becomes more of a lifestyle of want. And if we're giving our money away to other people's ideas of what we should have, we'd be left with nothing. We want financial freedom, we want money saved, and also the ability to purchase what we actually need when we need it. And so number 3 is not too hard for us. It's basically we never envy what anyone else has. The 4th one is we are never cheap. That's a biggie. There is a huge difference between being cheap and being frugal. And I know people get those two mixed up sometimes, but let me tell you, there is a huge difference. Being cheap basically is having the money to do something, but simply refusing to do the right thing with it. In other words, undertip a waitress because you just don't want to give your money away. Going to a very special event and giving a pretty lackluster gift because you just don't want to part with your money. It's basically not sharing appropriately what you have. So we may be frugal with our lifestyle and how we choose to live, but when it comes to other people, we really try not to take that frugality when it comes to blessing others on significant occasions or when we have extra, things like that. Not doing that to us would be considered cheap. Number 5, we try really, really hard never to waste food. That is a pet peeve of mine. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that. We eat what we have and we create it into mouth-watering meals. As somebody who is frugal, food is one aspect of our finances we have some control over. We don't have control over things like taxes, but when it comes to things within our own homes and things like that, we have a little bit more control over it, and food is one of them. I think one of the biggest disservices you can do to yourself is waste food. Try to be creative with your meals. Try to use up those leftovers. Use food before it spoils. So important. So number 5, something we don't ever do is waste food. Number 6, we can honestly say we are mastering not buying an item just because it is an amazing sale. If we're never going to use it, if we have no room for it, or it will expire before we are able to use it. And I struggled with that for a while with food, but now I think we have gotten so much better. If it's something on sale and we can put it in our pantry, we will definitely do that. But there is a limit now to how much of it we will buy. And it could be anything. It could be clothing, it could be shoes, it could be whatever. Seeing something on sale and purchasing it just because it's a great price. No. If we don't need it or we won't use it, it's going to stay in the store and save us some money. Number 7, we don't ever use our frugality as an excuse to say we can't. Instead, we use our frugality as a motivator. Instead of saying we can't, we say we simply don't want to. We would rather have something else. So instead of that trip to Hawaii, well, we need new carpeting upstairs and we want to get the bathroom downstairs done. So that is what we're going to do with our money. It's not that we can't go to Hawaii, let's say, but we're choosing to do something else with the money. You may be just the opposite. You may have your carpet done, your bathroom done, and you're heading to Hawaii. And that's wonderful because everybody's frugal journey is so different. And that's what makes us so unique and able to work together so well. But don't use your frugality to use the word can't. Just you prefer not to do it right now. Think of it that way. Number 8, we never hide our frugality. We are not embarrassed of it. We present ourselves as we are. So you come to our home is what it is. You come to have a meal, we will serve you like you're a king and a queen. We don't take our frugality and put it on a shelf for certain occasions. It is who we are. It is how we live. And actually, we are proud of it. We're very proud of it. If you are on this frugal journey, embrace it 100%. If you are extremely frugal because you have to live that way, you're a mediocre frugal person because it helps to save money for the long run, or you may be a millionaire living a frugal life. It doesn't matter. It is a lifestyle choice. It's not something to be embarrassed of. And another thing is, as frugal people, we're always looking forward to something. And I think that is so wonderful. We're always maybe saving for something or looking forward to getting to the little house. Or it might be something as simple as waiting for the local flea markets to open this time of year. but there's always something wonderful to look forward to that doesn't cost a lot of money, that you can save for, that you can budget for, and truly enjoy life. So we hope this little pep talk was encouraging. Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn around and get into the kitchen, and we are going to share with you a delicious vegetable sandwich. What? Wait till you see this. It is so good, so easy to make, and we're going to show you how to do it right now. Let's get into the kitchen. Before we make our sandwiches, we're going to make the spread that's going to go on the bread with the veggies. You're going to need a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise, a tablespoon of lemon juice. I'm going to take 1 large clove of garlic, but you use the amount of garlic you're comfortable with. Fresh garlic is extremely strong. We're going to mince this right into here. We'll link the original recipe down below. It called for 3 cloves. Just seemed a little extreme to me. So we are going to mix this together, and this has got to be done ahead of time. We have to let the flavors come together. We're going to cover this and put it in the refrigerator for at least an hour. It's been over an hour, and our garlic mayo is still chilling in the refrigerator, so we thought it would be time to start grilling these vegetables. We are going to grill some green zucchini, red pepper, yellow squash, and onions. Now you could use some eggplant, you could use mushrooms, be creative. But the whole point of this sandwich is just to get these vegetables grilled and tasting yummy. We're going to be covering them with some good extra virgin olive oil, and then we'll season them with a little Italian herb seasoning, black pepper, and a little bit of salt. I put all the vegetables in a bowl, and I'm just doing the olive oil by eye. Couple tablespoons, and now I'm just going to coat them. Season with a little Italian herbs, black pepper, and just a little bit of salt. Mix it up so everything gets those flavors. And if you need to add a little more spice, go right ahead. By all means, you could do this outside on your barbecue grill. But being that it's like 30-something degrees out, we do have a cast iron grill that we can use in the center of our stove, and it works wonderfully. We did preheat this grill so it's nice and hot. And we're going to lay these vegetables out. These have been cooking about 4 minutes. I am gonna flip them. Look at those grill marks. Oh my goodness. Again, we're doing this inside, so we had to open a window. It does get a little smoky. Look at how beautiful these are. I would say altogether we grilled these about 10 minutes, and we kept flipping them, and you could just see how beautiful they are. So we're going to remove them from the grill now, and we're going to set them aside for just a minute. We're using this beautiful ciabatta roll. The type of bread you use for this sandwich really can make a difference. So you're going to want to use just a nice quality piece of bread. Really just elevates this sandwich. We cut our bread in half, and now I'm just taking that wonderful garlic and lemon mayo and just brushing it along one side. And you don't have to use all of it. Use as much as you think you need. We also have about 1/2 cup of shredded provolone cheese. You can use whatever kind of cheese you would like for this, but you're going to want to use something that has a little bit of flavor. A provolone, feta, goat cheese, whatever you think you would enjoy. Now I'm going to bring this and this over to our grill. Now we put the bread on the grill, we lowered the heat a little bit, and I'm just going to cover this. Let that cheese melt, let that bread just get a little crispy, only for a minute or two. So we toasted that bread for just a minute, and now we're going to take these vegetables and just layer all this yumminess right on top. Soon as the weather is warm enough for you all to grill outside, please, I am telling you, you will love this. My goodness. Look at this. I promise you this will be so delicious. What an easy, wonderful vegetarian meal full of flavor. Oh my goodness. This is just an elevated vegetable sandwich. The aioli on top just, whoa, gives it that punch of flavor, that freshness. It is so good. And I will tell you, the better the bread that you eat it on, it really elevates it as well. The kind of cheese you can use, feta would be amazing on this. But use what you have. It is so economical. It's rather healthy if you don't overdo the cheese. So give this one a try. Now let's get outside for just a minute and let's see if we're getting any spring vibes out there and how we can't wait to start growing our own food again. Let's get the camera and get outside for a minute. The robins have returned. Their little red bellies just make me smile. We have our plants starting to poke up. This, I believe, is a hyacinth. These are our lilies. We usually keep them covered with dry leaves, but we took a peek, but covered them right back up again to keep them safe. Look at the blue of the sky. Spring is just around the corner. So many of you ask about Loris, our cat, and this is Loris, Dixie's best friend. How about those robins? My favorite bird in the whole world because it heralds spring. When I see the robins, I know that we have rounded that corner and spring and summer will soon be here. And in the Northeast, that's a big deal. Today's question of the day, and this has to do with our vegetarian dinner. How many meatless meals do you eat a week on average? And what do you substitute your meat meals with? Is it vegetables? Is it salads? Is it beans? Is it fish? I'm curious to know because we are also entering the season of Lent, and for us, we cut back on meat a lot during this season. Share with us what you do as far as meatless meals. Not only will it help our viewers, but it will help us as well. We thank you again for spending this time with us. We ask if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. It really helps us so much. Subscribe if you haven't. Come on in and be part of our Frugal family. Don't forget your comment. We ask you to be well. We ask you to stay safe. And above all, we wish you blessings. Until our next video, may God bless you.